A fourth strategy that we want to talk about is what's called motor control. And this one ties back into helping to control what the knee is doing, right? So if the hip doesn't stabilize properly, the knee will collapse inward. That creates stress at the knee. Now here's the thing, you can be very strong and hinge at your hips really well and still have the knee valgus, or that knee collapsing in. So it is a separate thing that you need to address. It is tied into other things, but I've watched people, or have known people who are very strong but still have that, they just don't control the knee with what they're doing. So it's a hard thing for them because they have to do some more remedial type movements to help build that control, even though they're very strong. So the two things are connected, but they have to be addressed. You know, even though they're a part of the same movement, you have to think about them differently, okay? So the key with motor control, usually you have to slow things down. When you go too quick, it's easy to kind of fall into old patterns. So chances are, if you've got this collapsing in, it's happening with a bunch of other things you do throughout the day, whether you realize it or not. Could be exercise, could be daily activities, but it's happening, okay? So what I would encourage you to do is use a small foam roller or put something in front of the knee. Give some great immediate feedback about position, where if I come down and all of a sudden I see my knee diving in around the foam roller, I can fix that right away. One of the things I think is very helpful is to kind of pause in the bottom position. Yes, it makes it harder, but it gives you a chance to control the transition from the bottom back up, right? Because what happened is people come down and then all of a sudden, see when I did that, my knee kind of did a little, it came in and it came back out, and it'll probably be something quick like that. But because I moved so quickly, I had no chance to correct that. Now, if I come down slow and I see my knee doing this, I can take a second, reposition my feet, and then come back up. Don't just blitz through it, because every time you do it wrong, you reinforce the wrong movement pattern. And then that becomes normal, and your body just does it automatically, which is what makes unlearning this thing so hard, is that you've probably been doing this or allowing the knee to collapse for a long time, you just didn't know it. So now we have to go through and unlearn that essentially while establishing a better way of doing things. Use something for balance. You know, if I have the small roller for feedback about my knee and I want to hold that bottom position, then grab a foam roller. So now I can come down, I've got help here, I can spend time positioning my feet, moving things around. Okay, now I'm good, now I come back up. So give yourself the support you need in the beginning, and then as you get stronger and you have better control, ditch the foam roller. Or keep it close, just don't put your hand on it right away. Use it maybe later in the set, but in the beginning, when you're trying to get out of pain, when you're trying to learn the motion, give yourself the support you need so you can learn it properly, change how the body moves, change those movement patterns, and get yourself out of pain while lunging.